Hey beauties, morning to you. Beautiful people. So watching the news last evening, is it last evening or the evening before? And I don't understand if some of you politicians don't feel bad. I really don't know if some of you politicians, notice my operative word, some. I couldn't believe when I saw that Popcaan, the same fellow that was charged and fined 6,000, I was told 6,000 Jamaican dollars, for 5 different breaches, of the law, in whatever it is, under the Noise Abatement Act and so on and so forth. So I was told that he was charged 6,000. They say 6,000 when I, was checking if it's 6,000 US versus 6,000 Jamaican. It was 6,000 Jamaican dollars. I don't know if he had paid a percentage of it, to be honest, or it was something and the percentage took him down to $6,000. And politicians, the people came and complained to him that there is a drainage and some other issue, because I noticed I saw him on a tractor. I guess it's his personal tractor, or he hired it or whatever it is to clean it up, and he was helping out as well. Politicians, it looks bad to have the entertainers entertaining, doing the work that you guys should be doing. It looks really bad. I was listening to a pastor. He said he went to a country and what he was doing, was operating like an MP. And he said the government officials reached out to him and said, boy, we're asking you, pastor, respectfully to stop, because it's making us look bad. It is making us look really bad, because the people pay their taxes. That is why they pay. That is part and parcel as to why taxes are paid, to take care of the physical structure of the country, the condition of the roads, the communities and whatnot. And then what you guys do, you campaign, you cannot. Let me read something to you, because I don't think I wanted to read Proverbs. I was trying to print it with the different verses, but you know what, you should read the entire chapter, because I think a lot of it is concerning to leaders of our country, politicians and so on, even church leaders too. They're not exempt. If you get more stubborn every time you are corrected, one day you'll be crushed and never recover. Now me say so at the word of God, and we realize that the word of God tends to prove itself true in everything. So it says if you don't listen, one day you will never recover from whatever you may face, the consequences, the negative consequences. And that is true, that's natural. Show me a righteous ruler and I will show you a happy people. So let me read it in our layman's term. Show me a righteous politician, whether prime minister, president, or leader of opposition, and I will show you a happy people. Show me a wicked politician, a wicked prime minister, a wicked leader of opposition, a wicked president. I'm calling all the possible roles as it relates to secular leadership, and you have more obviously. And I will show you a miserable people. If you appreciate wisdom, your parents will be proud of you. It is a foolish waste to spend money on prostitutes. When the king, let us say it this way, when the politician is concerned with justice, the nation will be strong. But when he is only concerned with money, he will ruin his country. Go and read Proverbs 29, the Good News Translation. I'm reading. If you flatter your friends, you set a trap for yourself. Evil people are trapped in their own sins, while honest people are happy and free. That is so true. Well, honest people are happy and free. A good person knows the rights of the poor, but wicked people cannot understand such things. People with no regard for others can throw whole cities into turmoil. Those who are wise keep things calm. When an intelligent person brings a lawsuit against a fool, the fool only laughs and becomes loud and abusive. That is true, that is so true. And it doesn't only mean like a lawsuit, even when they're being corrected. Bloodthirsty people hate anyone who is honest, but righteous people will protect the life of such a person. Stupid people express their anger openly, but sensible people are patient and hold it back. If a ruler pays attention to false information, fake information, all his officials will be liars. A poor person and his oppressor have this in common. The Lord gave eyes to both of them. If a politician, it says king, but I'm saying the word politician. If a politician defends the rights of the poor, he will rule for a long time. Listen again, politicians. Listen again, Prime Minister, leader of opposition, president, wherever you fall. If a I'm going to put all on another politician. If a politician defends the rights of the poor, he will rule for a long time. Correction and discipline are good for children. If they have their own way, they will make their mothers ashamed of them. When evil people are in power, crime increases. I know me says so the word of God. It says, when evil people are in power, crime increases. But the righteous will live to see the downfall of such people. But the righteous will live to see the downfall of such people. Discipline your children and you can always be proud of them. They will never give you a reason to be ashamed. A nation without God's guidance is a nation without order. A nation without God's guidance is a nation without order. A school without God's guidance is a school without order. May I put that in for you to get it? Happy are those who keep God's law. You cannot correct servants by just talking to them. They must see that you live what you're saying. They may understand you, but they will pay no attention. There is more hope for a stupid fool than for someone who speaks without thinking. If you give your servants everything they want from childhood on, someday they will take over everything you own. That is true. That's like spoiling a child. People with quick tempers cause a lot of quarreling and trouble. Arrogance will bring your downfall, but if you are humble, you will be respected. A thief's partner is his own worst enemy. You know many thieves, sorry, so them take on different people. He will be punished if he tells the truth in court, and God will curse him if he doesn't. Anyway, I'm gonna makajuk him. It is dangerous to be concerned with what others think of you. It is dangerous to be concerned with what others think of you. But if you trust the Lord, you are safe. Everybody wants the good will of the ruler, but only from the Lord you can get justice. Everyone wants the good will of the ruler, the leader, the politician, but only from the Lord you can get justice. That is so true. The righteous hate the wicked. And when it says hate, it doesn't mean the literal like you hate the person. May it hate the ways of the people. What it's saying, it does not love the actions of the people. That's what the origin in those days, the writing. So don't think it's talking about hatred. But the wicked and the wicked hate the righteous, literal hatred. Proverbs 29 verses 1 to 27, the Good News Translation. I know me say so. And the word of God. And I've lived long enough to know that the word of God every day proves itself to be true and true. God says he rathers heaven and earth to pass away than his word to go false. To fall on deaf ears, to be like a liar. You hear? If you're a righteous leader, politician, you will rule for a long time. If you gain the respect, if you don't help the poor, you won't lead long. You lose the respect of people. I know me say so. How can you make the entertainer be doing some of the work? And I hear that he works at same pop. I said it in a video yesterday, you know, that some people I hear will do things. Usain Bolt, Popcaan. I hear Bounty Killer is kind, you know. I hear that. I can only go with what, you know, people who know him personally tells me this, you know. And look at what the pastor said, that the government officials reached out to him to say, please, you're making us look bad. Politicians, some of you need to be ashamed. You need to be. The people pay the taxes. So what, then shouldn't even be begging you? You should be on their knees and saying, where do you want us to fix? What do you want us to do for you? Because you pay your tax. As a matter of fact, I take away from we, in a sense. We can't even file it, some of us. You see it on your pay slips. You know, me say, so go read the word of God. So you can't beat me. You can't beat God. You can't beat God. And the word of God says so. Go and read it. Proverbs 29, 1 to 27. Guys, follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message. Please.